Yeah, so hope everybody can see me and hear me properly. So once again, good evening all. Welcome to session 2 of Vedic Max part 2. So today's topic is going to be magic numbers. So kindly wait for a few minutes before we begin so that everyone settles down in the class. So hi Manoj, hi Rajeshwari, good to see you back for today's class. So those who have joined, kindly give feedback whether the audio and the video are coming properly. Yeah, good evening Adityan. So I can see a couple of faces from yesterday. Yeah, Rohan says good. Yeah, good evening Rohan. Yeah, Manoj, thank you for the feedback. So let me welcome all of you once again to this second session. So welcome to the session 2, which is a continuation of the number art that we saw yesterday. So today we are going to do some magic numbers, which is essentially to make friends with numbers. All right. So before we begin, I'll just explain a little bit about the project for this week. So this is Vedic Max Part 2 is going to be 3 weeks. So every week you will get a project which will be having 2 or 3 questions. So you have to solve it and you will have to upload it. So we'll make the link for uploading the solutions available in the description box of the YouTube video. Okay, so if you go to the YouTube video description, there you will see an Google form where you can upload your solutions to. So I'll repeat it once again if more students are joining from this point of time. So I'll just give a repetition of the announcement in between the class as well. So the questions are not too difficult. For this project 1, you will have one creative exercise also, where you will have to do some kind of art, like yesterday we had seen how to do art with numbers. Okay, so let's wait for another 2 minutes. We'll start at 7:05. In the meantime, if you have any comments or if you have any questions from yesterday, you can ask that. So by the way, are there any new students who have come for today's class? So I can see around, yeah, Nilesh. Good evening, Nilesh. Okay, so Manoj is new to the class. Don't worry, Manoj. So yesterday we had only covered a little bit of revision of part 1. So we'll be revisiting some of the things that we did yesterday in today's class also. Yeah, so Nilesh is also, I think, new. Yesterday I have not seen Nilesh. All right. What about others? Adityan, Rajeshwari, do you have any comments or questions from yesterday's class? All right. Okay. So I think we are pretty much 5 minutes into the class and we can start. So I'll start with a small tale. It's a conversation between two people just to motivate why we need to learn Vedic mathematics. So I can see 2 or 3 students are coming for this class for the first time. So they will also get a feel why it is important to learn Vedic mathematics. Okay. So let me just explain a little bit about the title before I jump into the story. So the title is given magic numbers. Specifically, we will be learning about two magic numbers, 9 and 11. We have learned about the magical properties of 9 through the 9-point circle, which was discussed in the last class. And this time we are going to take up this new number, which is 11, which is the smallest integer other than 10, which is 2-digit. It's a very important number. Now let me go to the story, why we need to learn mathematics in a new style, why Vedic mathematics is very important. So we have two people who are in this story. So one is Mr. Crazy. So he's a abnormal scientist, and there is Mr. Cop, who is a security guard. So Mr. Crazy, he lost his key to the office. So while he was walking to the office, somewhere he missed his key, and he's searching for the key below a street lamp. Okay, so there is a street lamp and he is just searching around it because there is light. So Mr. Cop comes there and he asked, "Hey gentlemen, what are you searching for?" So Crazy says, "Yes, I am looking for my keys." Then the conversation goes and the security asks, where did you miss your key? Now here is a very humorous answer given by Mr. Crazy. So he said that it is lost in the passage, but since there was no light in the passage, I am searching it below the street light. So that's not a proper answer, isn't it? So if it is lost in the passage, you should go and search in the passage itself. So what does the security guard say? Yeah, you should go and learn Vedic mathematics. Now why this story is brought here is because many of us, while you see some problem that is related to mathematics, tend to run away from the problem. You will not face the problem. So that is the same thing with Mr. Crazy also here. He lost the key in some passage where there was no light. So instead of searching in the passage itself, he is going and searching where there is some light. So if you learn some techniques in Vedic mathematics, what you will do is that you will look for the solution where the solution lies. So you'll get some tips on where you can improve on speeding up answering questions. So we'll take up from yesterday's class where we left, and I have only one announcement to be made. So I'll pause at certain points so that I'll just look into the chat box, and if you have any doubts at any particular point of time, you can ask at these pause points. Okay, so that will be kind of making our interactions a little bit faster. If it is all right, could you all give a thumbs up before I proceed to the lecture? Yeah, hi Radha Krishna. Hi Rajeshwari, Adityan. Yeah, please give a thumbs up before I jump into the lecture. Is it okay? Yeah, so I'll just give you time after I teach one concept, and then I'll take some comments and questions from the chat box. All right. Okay, so we are going to review one important concept that we learned in part 1 of Vedic mathematics, which is about bar numbers. So how many of you recall this bar numbers? Not many, isn't it? So I'll introduce this term a little bit later. So bar number is something like a chocolate bar. You have seen, right? What is the nature of the chocolate bar? It's a straight line. This is of course a broken chocolate bar, but a chocolate bar is of course something like straight, like this. So a bar number is also a straight line, but this straight line is placed above the number. So whenever you have a number which is close to a base number, now I'll explain what is a base number. So base number is a number which is a multiple of 10. So any multiple of 10 is a base number. For example, if the number that I am considering is 19, the base number closest to 19 is 20, because 20 is a multiple of 10 and it is very close to 19. And if I want to write 19, I can also write it as 20 minus 1. Now, by using bar numbers, I can write that number as 2 1 bar. What it means is that you have to subtract whichever digit comes under the bar from the original number, which is 20. So let us see a second example. This will make things a little bit more clear. So let us see what is the bar number representation of 17. So 17 is 20 minus 3. So you can write it as 2 3 bar. It only means that you have to subtract this 3 from 20. Alright. This is not the same as the number 23. Why? Because 23 is 20 plus 3. Now if I put a 2 3 bar on top, I just have to change that plus to a minus sign. So it becomes 20 minus 3. That's as simple as that. Let us see some more examples here. 44. 44 is nearest to the number 50, which is a multiple of 10. So when it is a multiple of 10, we have already said it is a base number. So you can write it as 50 minus 6. Okay, so 50 minus 6 is 44, which I can write in a bar number representation as 56 bar. So remember, if I am just writing 56, it is 56. 56 is 50 plus 6. But if I write 56 bar, what I have to do is I'll have to just remove this plus and replace that by a minus. Alright, is that fine with all of you? Now I'll take up this new terminology. It's a fancy name for calling bar numbers. It's also called as vinculum. So if you go and search an English dictionary, vinculum is a terminology in English, and it is also saying that it's a straight line. So whenever you write a fraction like 2 by 3, this symbol is called as a vinculum. It's a fancy terminology. And now you can write this 56 bar as also a vinculum representation of the number 44. Alright. Okay, so I can see in the chat box Radhakrishna is saying that the board is not clear. So some students will face that problem because the setting in YouTube in your device is different. So what you have to do is go to the 3 dots on top of the YouTube video, whichever you're watching, and there is an option for quality. And in quality, go to advanced option, and there you can increase the quality of your video. So you can raise it to 1080 if you have a very good internet connection. Yeah, so I hope now everybody can see the board clearly. Radhakrishna, could you just give a feedback whether it's okay? Can you see properly? So in the meantime, while I look into chat for feedback, you can try to understand why the number 173 is written as 2 3 bar 3 in the Vinculum notation. So you have to argue why this is going to be correct, or if it's wrong, you have to tell me why it's wrong. Okay, so Radhakrishna says his side it is okay, right? He can see the board clearly. All right. So let me go to this last example over here, 173. I want to change this into the Vinculum notation or the bar number notation. So I can write 173 as 180 minus 7. This is one way of writing. If I write 180 minus 7, I'll write a little bit bigger because many of you cannot see if I write smaller. So let me go here. I can write 173 as 180 minus 7. So this is in the Vinculum notation going to be 187 bar. This is also a correct notation. Now here I have written it a bit differently. I can write 173 as 200 minus 30 plus 3. 200 minus 30 is 170. So 170 plus 3. Also, that is also a possible way of writing the same number, 173. So when I am writing a negative sign in the tens place, I just need to put the bar symbol above the tens place digit. So in this case, I can write it as 2, which is hundreds place. 3 bar because it is minus 30. The tens place is negative. And the last place is as it is, which is 3. Alright, so I can see, yeah, so Rajeshwari has written something like 17 minus 23. I didn't quite understand what you mean by minus 23 there. So is this clear to everyone why we got 2 3 bar 3? If you have understood, give a thumbs up. If you have not understood, give a thumbs down. I'll explain it once again. So I'm waiting for some feedback. Have you understood it? If you have understood, give a thumbs up. If you have not, give a thumbs down. So I think most of the students don't care because they are not interacting in the chat. Yeah, Adityan says he has understood. What about others? Rajeshwari, Radhakrishna, Rohan, Manvita. So Manvita has earlier said she had not understood. Is it clear, Manvita, right now? Because, okay, Nilesh says no. Okay, so let's take this example of 173 once again. So what I will do is I will just make some space here. Let me just erase this thing. All right. Yeah, thank you for the feedback for other students from other students. So let me just explain this for those students who did not follow it properly. Only the last one I'll explain. All right. So I'll explain it in two ways. 173 can be written as 170 plus 3. Is this right? Everybody can follow this, right? Because 173 is closest to the base 170. It's 3 more than 170. Now, whenever I'm using a bar notation, there should be some subtraction there. Here only addition is there. So what you have to do is, I should represent the number 170 as a subtraction between two numbers, which is 200 minus 30. 200 minus 30 is 170, and this plus 3 will be as it is. So both of these are equal. Now what I can do is look at the digits. This is a 2 is the digit in the hundreds place, 3 is the digit in the tens place, and 3 is the digit in the units place. But the digit that comes in the tens place is a negative number. So what I have to do is, while writing in the vinculum or the bar number representation, this is going to be 2 3 bar 3. So that is why we got this answer 2 3 bar 3. All right. Now I'll explain a second method where you can write 173 as 180 minus 7. This is also perfectly right. So I can write this as 18. So you can write this as the following. You can write this as 100 plus 80 minus 7. So 100 is in the hundreds place, so it is as it is. 8 is in the tens place, it is as it is. But the units place, it's a negative number, so it's 187, but you should put a vinculum or a bar on top of it. So I hope I have made it clear. Now to just check whether all of you have followed it, let me ask you a question. So the question is, you have to write the number 223 in the bar number notation. So tell me, what is the bar number representation of the number 223? I'll give you exactly 30 seconds for this. It's not very hard. Of course, there are more than one answers. So what you have to do is, whenever there is a bar notation, you can put a B in front of that. For example, if you are giving the answer in the chat box as 23 bar 3, write it as 2B3 3. So whenever a bar number comes, put a B in front while you write the answer in the chat box. Okay, so 20 seconds are over, 10 more seconds to go. Oh, I thought many of you would have fastest fingers here. All right, some of you might have gone to take your notebooks probably. Okay, time is up. Anybody still? I'll give you 10 more seconds. What about Aditya and Manvita? They used to give the answers very quickly. All right, let me just explain. Okay, so I get the first answer from Rohan, which is kind of right, which is correct. So Rohan gives the answer as 2, 3, B, 7, which is same as 2, 3, 7 bar. So the bar is over 7. So let's check whether that's right. All right. So this 223 can be written as 230 minus 7, which is same as writing 200 plus 30 minus 7. So this is same as 237 bar, which is correct. Okay, Manvita writes it as 220, okay, 22B3. 22B3 is not exactly correct, because 22B3 will be the number 217. I'll tell you why. So let us just check what Manvita has written. Let me write here. Hope it is visible to all of you. 22B3, that's what Manvita has written. So it will be like this. So this is going to be 200 plus 20 minus 3. 200 plus 20 minus 3 is 17. So this is going to be 217. So that is not the bar notation of 223. So 23B7 is the right answer. I can see many of you have written. Now there is one more right answer which you can think at home. I'll tell you in the next class. You can write it in a similar way as we did 173, where you can take the next bigger base and subtract the tens place digit. Alright, so I'm moving to the next part where I'll be using this bar number representation. So as I said, today we are going to learn about two magical numbers. One is 9 and the other is going to be 11. So we'll start with 9. Okay. So everybody recalls the 9's multiplication table, right? So 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, so on. Now, one thing that we observed in the previous class is that the Navashesh, or the digit sum of the answer to the multiplication table of 9 is always 9. So everybody recalls what is Navashesh? So Navashesh is nothing but the digit sum. I'll write it here. So it's just another fancy name for digit sum. Now I'll explain using this multiplication table also itself. So 9 times 1 is 9. There is only a single digit. So if there is a single digit, the digit sum or Navashesh is going to be 9 itself. 9 times 2, which is 18, has 2 digits. So to find the digit sum, you have to add up the 2 digits. What is the sum of digits? 1 plus 8. So 1 plus 8 is going to be 9. I'll explain once again with 9 times 3, which is 27. We have to find the digit sum of the answer 27. So 27 has 2 digits, 2 and 7. The sum is going to be 2 plus 7, which is 9. Like this, you can verify that each of these numbers written here has the digit sum equal to 9. Now, I'm going to take an example. I want to do multiplication of a number which is not there in the table, and I have to multiply that by 9 and find the answer. Some of you may know the multiplication table of 9 till 20. But what if the number is greater than 20? We are going to see how we can solve it. So I'll do the conventional method first. If you did not know the Vedic mathematics method, what you will do is 9 times 2 you will do, which is 18. There is a carry going up. 9 times 1 is 1, and 9 times 1 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So the answer is going to be 108. Yeah, I think most of you have written it correctly in the chat box. Now, in the Vedic mathematics method, the idea is quite different. So what you will do is, let me use a different color for the pen here. Let me use maybe, okay, the violet color. So what I will be doing is, I will just introduce a 0 before the number and after the number. Okay. Now what I will do is, I will just take the second digit and subtract the number 0 which I have written before it. So what is 1 minus 0? 1 minus 0 is 1. That will be the first digit of the answer. The second digit to the answer is the second number 2 minus 1, just the number to the left of it, 2 minus 1, which is 1. And the third digit to the answer is 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2, we know after we learned about the bar number representation, 0 minus 2 can be written as 2 bar. So this is the number 112 bar. The answer to 12 multiplied by 9 is 112 bar. Now what you have to just do is, you have to convert this bar number back to a normal number. So how do you do that? You can write 112 bar as 100 plus 10 minus 2. This is 100 plus 10 minus 2, which is 8. So this is 108. So without any hand calculation, without any carry, we are able to find the answer to multiplication by 9. So this is a very important method if you want to solve questions quickly. Yeah, I can see some of you are asking doubts. I'll come to you. Let me take a second example. After this, most of your doubts will get clarified. So I'm going to take this number. Let me change the color once again. Let me take a, yeah, nicer color. So this time green I have taken. So let's do example 2. So 22 multiplied by 9. So the method is easy. You have to put a 0 before, 0 after. Do 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 2, which is 0. 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 is what? 2 bar. We have seen that here. 0 minus 2 is 2 bar. Now, if I want to convert it to a normal number, what you can do is, since first two numbers does not have a bar on top of it, you can write it as 200 minus 2. So what is 200 minus 2? The answer is 198. Yeah, so I can see the chat box. Some of you have, Manoj has given the answer. So 198 is the correct answer. Parameshwara says he has a doubt. So let me just go on once again with example 1 this time. For all those students who have not understood this, I'll go with example 1, where I have to multiply the number 1, 2, which is 12, with 9. So this method is for multiplication of any number with 9. So let me go to this color. So regular method, everyone knows how to calculate 12 multiplied by 9, which I showed already. You have to multiply 9 by 2. The answer is 18. 1 is a carry there, and 9 times 1 is 9. Then you have to add that carry, which is 10. But in this method, you have to just introduce 2 zeros in the beginning of the number as well as the end of the number. And what you will do is, you will just do 1 minus 0, 2 minus 1, and 0 minus 2. So what is 1 minus 0? It is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2. 0 minus any number, you can write it as that same number but with a bar on top of that, or a vinculum on top of that. Now to expand this number to a normal number representation, what you have to do is, you can write it as 100, which is the hundredths place. The tens place is 1, so the answer is 10, and units place is 2, but a bar number on top, so you will put a negative sign and you will do minus 2. So the answer is going to be 108. 100 plus 10 minus 2 is 8, which is 108. So hope it is clear. Alright, okay, so Rohan has a suggestion that we can do 12 multiplied by 9 in the following way. You can multiply 10 multiplied by 9 and 2 multiplied by 9, which is fine. For smaller numbers that will work. But what if you are given with another example where you have to multiply 43 with 9? So I'll allow you 30 seconds or so. You have to give the answer in the chat box. What is the answer to 43 multiplied by 9? So you can solve it in any method. The answer should be the same. Alright, still I don't see any answers coming up in the chat box. I'll wait for another 15 seconds to go. Yeah, please start replying in the chat box. Yeah, so Rohan gives the first answer. I'll just wait for one more answer, although the time is up. What about others? Manvita, what happened to Adityan? Rajeshwari, are you still there? Yeah, Manoj gives the second answer. Alright, let us see who has got the correct answer, whether it's Rohan, Manoj or Manvita. So I'll just use the Vedic method because that's the most easiest. So you can do 4 minus 0, which is 4. 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4, it's a negative number, it's 1. So you have to put 1 bar. 0 minus 3, which is 3 bar. So the answer is going to be 400 minus 10 minus 3. So 400 minus 10 is 390. 390 minus 3 is going to be 387. Yeah, so you can see in Vedic method you don't have to do any kind of carry operations. That's why it's much simpler to do in this Vedic method, especially when you have larger numbers. So Rohan was saying that for 12 multiplied by 9, you know the multiplication table till 10. So you can split the number 12 as 10 plus 2, which is totally fine. In this case also you can do that. 43 multiplied by 9, 40 plus 3, 40 multiplied by 9, everybody can do that, which is 360. So 360 plus 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. So that is why it's 387. So hope the Vedic method is also clear, because for large numbers, I'll give you a special number, 39999 multiplied by 9. Try to do this. If you use the normal method, it's going to take a lot of time. But if you're going to do by Vedic method, it's going to be super fast. So I'll give you another maybe 30 seconds again, and try whether anybody can solve this easily. All right, almost 5 seconds have been completed. Almost 15 seconds over. $25 seconds, last 5 seconds to go. Let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, so Rohan has given the answer like in the last second probably. So I'm going to do it by the Vedic method. So let me just change color so that you will find the answer quickly. So I'll just put a 0 here, 0 here. So 3 minus 0 is 3, 9 minus 3 is 6, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 9 is 0, 0 minus 9 is going to be 9 bar. So the answer over here is going to be this large number minus 9, isn't it? So this is going to be 3, 5. If I am correct, it is going to be 9991. So is this the same answer that anybody has written in this chat box? 359991. So you can see super fast method. You can get it in maybe less than 30 seconds probably. So learn this method, that is going to help you, because most of the places you are going to experience numbers that are going to be multiplied with 9. So learn this method, it's very useful. The theory why this work I'll tell in a different class. It's very easy to derive why this particular mechanism is going to work, but I'll just postpone that for a different class. It's, even though it's a magic, there is a science behind every magic, isn't it? So I'll teach the science behind this magic in a different class. So practice questions like this and see if you're going to get the same answer as we get using the Vedic method. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to have a fun exercise with you. So everybody has to think about a number, a 3-digit number, and I will ask you to do a certain operation, and I will ask you to give 2 digits after you perform those operations. So it will be very nice if you have a notebook and pen in front of you, so that you can do the calculations fast. Okay. So are you ready? If you're ready, give a thumbs up. So I'll just wait for 10 seconds. Are you ready with the book and the pen? Yeah. So Manoj Kumar says yes. So I'll start with the first thing that you have to do. Think of a 3-digit number in your mind. Any 3-digit number. The first digit should not be 0. If it's 0, then it's a 2-digit number. So think of only a 3-digit numbers that are going to be 100 or greater than 100 and less than 1000. You cannot take 1000 because it's a 4-digit number. Okay. Have you thought about that? Now write that number in your notebook. Do not write that in the chat box. Now just reverse the digits of the number. So for example, if the number that you took was 234, this is just an example, then the reverse of the number is 432. You just have to flip the last and the first number. Okay, then what you have to do is you have to subtract the larger number sorry, the smaller number from the larger number. Subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So in this case, 432 minus 234 you have to do. You can apply any method. We have already learned some methods in Vedic Maths part 1. Otherwise, you can do by normal method that you have learned maybe in your schools. All right. I think most of you have done that. I'll give you 5 more seconds till you complete the subtraction. So in the meantime, if the number, I'll just do the subtraction here. So I have to do 432 minus 234. So I'll have 8 here. I think it's 70. Oh no. Oh, sorry, 90. 90 and 1. So I'll get 198 for this case. All right. So if everybody has finished the subtraction, I'll give you the third step. Now everyone should write 2 digits after you get the subtraction. This answer, this is your answer. Give any 2 digits of this answer in the chat box. Everybody has to do this exercise. Give any 2 digits of your answer. Except for 1 digit, you give the other 2 digits. I'll tell you the third digit. Okay, so Manoj, your third digit is either 9 or it's 0. Manvita, your third digit is going to be 2. And Tapaswin, your third digit is 0 or 9. Manvita, I have already told that. Rajeshwari, your third digit is going to be 9 or 0. I think I missed Rohan. Rohan, your third digit should be 0 or 9. Is that correct? Okay, I get only response from Manoj. What about others? Was the guess right or was it wrong? You can give feedback. All right. Now, I said there is a science behind every magic. This is also like that. So, if you give any 2 digits, I can guess the third digit because of the fact that the digit sum, if you do these operations, is always going to be 9. If I add up all the digits and find the digit sum, it has to be a multiple of 9. So in my example that I took, it was 234. The reverse of the number is 432. Subtraction gave me 198. So if I told only 1 and 9, the sum is 10, but the answer should always have a digit sum multiple of 9. So the next digit that I can predict is 8 because that will make it 18. All right. So you can play the same magic with your friends who has not attended the class. All right. So at this point, I'll just pause for a little bit and take up questions or comments. Do you have any doubt till this point? So currently we have only discussed 2 things, which is bar numbers or vinculum, and the second concept that we covered is how to multiply numbers with 9. All right, so I think there are no doubts in the chat box, so let me proceed. Okay, here comes the second magic number, which is 11. So the second magic number 11 is a 2-digit number. But the method that you apply to find the answer is also very similar to the method that we learned for the 9, where you will be adding 0 in front and back. Here it will be slightly different, and I'll give you enough examples to understand this. So let us take a simple example of a single digit number multiplied by 11. It's very easy, right? Single digit number multiplied by 11 is the digit itself will get repeated. So for example, 6 multiplied by 11 is going to be 66. 9 multiplied by 11 is going to be 99. Now I'll give you a 2-digit number multiplied by 11. Now you have to tell me how you will calculate the answer. Here also you can use the method that was suggested by Rohan. You can split the number 12 as 10 plus 2. 10 multiplied by 11 is 110. 2 multiplied by 11 is 22. So you'll get the answer as 110 plus 22, which is 132. Now I'm going to give you a very simple solution. You need not even calculate anything. So what you have to do is, whenever you are multiplying a 2-digit number with 11, you write the 2 digits separated by a space. So the 2 digits are 1 and 2. So I'll just write 1 space 2. And what is the number that I'll write in the space? I'll just add the two numbers 1 plus 2. Just add the two numbers 1 plus 2. The answer is 3. That I'll put in the middle. So I'll give you another example. What is 14 multiplied by 11? You just write 1 space 4. What will I write in the middle? 4 plus 1, which is 5. So the answer is 154. Alright, so Manvita knows this answer well. So let us check whether everybody has understood. I'm going to run a timer. So everybody has to compute what is 45 multiplied by 11 and put your answer in chat box. Your time starts now. Only 15 seconds. Be fast. It's quite direct. Yeah, I think Manoj has given the answer. Yeah, right. Everyone is right. The answer is 495. So it needs no more further clarification. I'll just repeat. You just write the numbers 4 and 5 separated by a space. You write the sum of the digits in the middle. Now one more problem. This is also timed. Your time starts now. Start giving your answer in the chat box. No book, no paper is required. You can just directly give the answer. Yeah, I think Sandhya has given the answer, but it's slightly different from what Manoj has given. The answer is 682. 682, because 6 plus 2 is going to be 8. Alright, so hope everyone has understood this. Now we are going to do a little bit more difficult problems with 11. Now, when you consider this number 67 multiplied by 11, you can apply the same rule 6, 7 separated by a space. But this time when you do 6 plus 7, that is having the answer as 13. So it's a 2-digit number. Now you should be a little bit careful. So when it is a 2-digit number, what you can do is you write this units digit there and you put 1 below. The answer is 13. What you will do is you will write the units digit in the space and 1 you will just write it as a subscript. What does this indicate? The subscript indicates that you have to give 1 as a carry to the next number. So the answer is going to be 737. Alright. So for numbers where the addition of the first and last digit is going to exceed 10, you have to give that extra 1 as a carry to the next place. Let's try one more. What is 88 multiplied by 11? I'll write the final answer 8. In the middle it is 8 plus 8 16, so I'll write like this. The answer is 968. Okay, looking at the chat, I can see that many of you are giving answers very quickly, so I think you have understood the method. So I'm going to give you two timed examples. 57 multiplied by 11, I'll give you 30 seconds. You should give your answer in the chat box. Be fast. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time here. Yeah, only one student has given the answer till now. Okay, I see different answers coming up. Yeah, time is going to get over. Yeah, and time up. Yeah. So the answer is 5, 7, and in the middle there is a space. In the middle I'll write 2 and 1 is the carry. So 627 is the answer. So Rohan and somebody else, Sony, just check once again. The method is quite direct. You just have to separate the digits 57 by a space and just add the two digits 5 plus 7 and put the units digit of the answer in the middle and give 1 as a carry to the number 5. So the answer should be 627. One more exercise for you. 99 multiplied by 11. Your time starts now. This is also very direct. I don't see any answers coming up. Is it so difficult? No. Sandhya, you should check your answer. You are missing some digits. I can see some answers coming up. Okay. Let's verify once the time is over. Yeah, most of you have given the correct answer, it seems. Yeah. So let us check what is 99 multiplied by 11. So you can separate 9 and 9 by a space. 9 plus 9 is going to be 18. So you'll write 8 there and 1 has to be given as carry. So if I give 1 as carry to 9, that becomes 10. So you'll have to write it as it is, which is 10. And the remaining is 8, 9. So the answer is 1089. So hope everyone were able to solve this. So what I'll do is I'll proceed to one application question, one word problem. After that, I'll pause for a while to take questions. So I'll just read out this word problem. So usually in examinations, you will not have questions like 99 multiplied by 11, etc. You will have questions that are put in the form of word problems and you will have to read it carefully before you solve. So I'm giving you this practice question to get yourself familiarized with this idea of worded problems. So let me just change color of the pen so that it is highlighted properly. Alright, so I have two numbers which are in the ratio of 5:6. I don't know if you know what is the meaning of ratio, but I'll try to explain. So ratio is more or less like a fraction. So I have two numbers. Imagine the numbers are 22 and 33. When I talk about ratio, what you have to do is you have to divide the first number by the second number. So 22 by 33. This is what is called as the ratio. You can simplify also. Oh, sorry. Let me write it once again. So, all right. So ratio of 22 and 33 I am finding, which is 22 divided by 33. I can simplify and write there is a 11 as the common factor here. So this is in the ratio 2:3. Yeah, so the general notation used is 2:3. This notation is used where two dots represent the ratio. Here the ratio of the two numbers is 5:6. So definitely these are not the numbers. So I'm just cancelling out. Now the sum of the numbers which has the ratio of 5:6 is 341. Now what you have to find is what is the difference between the two numbers. So to solve this problem, you will have to introduce some constant which is unknown, isn't it? There is an unknown quantity here. So if I call the ratio of two numbers to be 5:6, that two numbers can be 5 multiplied by some quantity x. So x I am writing because it is unknown. and this other number is going to be 6 multiplied by x. So if you just look at the example we just cancelled off on the top, 22 and 33 were the numbers, but 22 is 2 multiplied by 11 and 33 is 3 multiplied by 11. 11 was the constant factor. So in this case our constant factor is some unknown which is x, and we have to find that unknown. Alright. So what other hint is given here? The sum of the numbers is given. The sum of the numbers is 341. So this is the number, first number 5 multiplied by x. This is the second number 6 multiplied by x. So what is 5 multiplied by x? It is written as 5x plus 6x. So this is a little bit of algebra I am using, where this x is an unknown constant. From the question it is clear that this is 341. Alright, now I can simplify this and write it as 11 multiplied by x. 5 plus 6 is 11. So 11 multiplied by a number is 341. Now this is the master equation in this problem. So if you solve this, you will get the answer. So how do I solve it? So 11 multiplied by some number gives the answer as 341. So what is this number x? Anybody can guess it? We just learned a method, isn't it? Whenever a number is multiplied by 11, you just separate the two digits and write the sum of the digits in the middle. So what are those two digits that you should multiply so that the answer is 341? Anybody who is willing to guess? I'll just give you 10 seconds so that you can type your answer in the chat box. The answer is already there in the screen. You just have to write it down. Manvida says 11 divided by 341, which is not so right. It is 341 divided by 11. That's what you have to do. Yeah, Manvita, you are right. It is 31. So 11 multiplied by 31, we know how to do this. You write 3, 1 and you write the sum of the digits, which is 4 in the middle. So the value x has to be equal to 31. And what you are asked for is what is the difference between the two numbers. So the difference of the two numbers is, the larger number here is 6 multiplied by x, which is 6x, minus 5 multiplied by x, which is the first number. So 6x minus 5x, which is nothing but x, is equal to 31. So the answer here is 31 itself. So hope you understood an application of multiplication by 11 through this example. Alright. So I'll just stop the lecture here and I'll have to make a few announcements. Before I make the announcement, I'll just request, if anybody has doubts or any clarification, please write that on the chat box. I'll go and explain that to the best of ability. Anybody having doubts? Yeah, so Manvida is asking 9-point circle and Navashesh are the same. Yes, they are the same. 9-point circle and Navashesh are the same. Basically, 9-point circle is a way to compute the Navashesh easier. But suppose you know how to sum the numbers and identify whether that number when divided by 9, what remainder it is going to give, then you need not use the 9-point circle. So 9-point circle is just for representing the Navashesh. Yeah, it is the same. Any other doubts? If you have any other doubts, kindly put that in the chat box. All right. So I'll go to the announcement part right now. So I'm skipping a little bit. I'll talk about these methods in the next class. I'll give you a homework for today. Okay. So while you come for the next class, try to solve this question. So you have to find the missing digit in this summation. Note this down in your notebook. I'll just display the answer in the next class. So you have this number 1t and t6. T is not known and the answer to the summation is 71. You have to find or investigate what this missing number t is. It's a very beautiful question. If you solve it, probably you have understood the Vedic mathematics methods. Okay, Manvita gives the answer now itself. So I'll not verify the answer because I have not solved it yet. You can give the answers in the next class also. Yeah, Manoj is asking whether t are the same. Both t's are the same. They are the same value. Okay, so let me just make the announcement. So today I'll be putting out project number 1. So project 1 is going to be out. There are 3 questions. One is an optional question. So question 1 and question 2 are compulsory. Question 3 is a creative exercise which is optional. So it is fairly easy. Only probably one question is a little bit difficult. So what you have to do is check the description box in the YouTube video. So after I finish the class, you can go to the description of this particular video where you will see a Google form. You just have to click on the Google form and that will open a document, and inside the document I have shared the slides which contain the question. So see the question, solve it. Either you can solve it in a book, you can scan, take a photograph, make it a PDF if possible, and then upload in the same form. In the form there is an option to upload file. You can upload there along with your name and other details, and I will verify that. This will be open till the next class. So the next class is on Thursday. So you can solve for these questions till next Thursday, and I will discuss it on next either Thursday or Saturday's class. Is that fine? Yeah, so Manoj is asking something. Yeah, Manoj, do you have a question still? Yeah, so yeah, it's a project is only once in a week. So today we have completed 2 classes, which is the week 1. So similarly, project 2 will be there in next Saturday. Okay. All right. So if there are no further queries, let me thank all of you for coming for this class. So thank you once again and see you for the next class. Namaste.